From the Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Arnab Goswami on the debate at 9. Presented by Renault Quid. Powered by Jaguar Group.
Good evening and welcome. Now I can tell you it must have been a bad start to the week if you had to fill up the tank in your bikes or your cars this Monday, because when petrol goes to over 85 rupees, I'm sorry, but when petrol goes to over 85 rupees, the central government cannot remain a spectator. Diesel in Mumbai is 76 rupees. Petrol in Chennai is over 82 rupees. The centre has to act. The excise duty on fuel has to be cut. It's not an option anymore. The centre cannot pass on to states because most of the states are BJP ruled. So if there is a political consensus among 20 states and more on sharing the burden and giving the common man relief, then the decision can be taken in minutes. And the common man is now being threatened with an increase in the price of fruits, vegetables, food. Inflation will go up and none of the people in the supply chain will be willing not to load the increase in fuel prices on the common man. As I'm saying this, as clearly as I can, everyone on the street says enough is enough. The common man cannot give and should not give the government any more time. Because remember, in May, the same government and the petrol minister had told you that alternatives are being looked at. The common man cannot be mocked anymore, because remember how 96 days back there was a sham 1 paisa decrease in fuel prices, 1 paisa. We debated that evening. Also, the common man cannot be throttled to pay more, because the fact is that we export petrol to 29 countries in the world at half the price that Indians pay in their own country. It's criminal. And finally, no promise of long-term views or external factors. The government will try and fool you with these words. Those apply in normal circumstances. This is not a normal circumstance. When petrol reaches 86, it's extraordinary. So to ensure that your voices reaches the government, the hashtag on the debate number 1, which I want you to participate in heartily, we apply pressure on the government to take a decision on your behalf. The hashtag is simple, 86 too much. We put the government on the dock tonight. And no, it doesn't matter, please, if it has not reached 86 yet in your city, because believe me, I'm telling you this. At the rate it's going, you're watching this and probably thinking it's only 86 in Mumbai. No, it will hit 86 in Guwahati. It will hit 86 in Gandhinagar. It will hit 86 in Srinagar. It will hit 86, almost hitting 86 in Chennai. So don't look away. Hashtag 86 too much is more a metaphorical hashtag. Please don't link it to the price of petrol in your city. That's debate number 1 tonight. 86 too much. 86 too much. Of course it's too much. Dharmendra Pradhan, wake up. Central government, think once again. Don't fool us anymore. Debate number 2 at 10. What a sorry state of affairs. When a country goes broke because it doesn't get $300 million and then goes crying, that's the Indo-Pak debate at 10. And at 10:30 today, shocking beyond belief that the Congress party mouthpiece actually makes a case for Maoist terrorists. All this and more is coming up. And here are the headlines this Monday evening on the debate tonight. Petrol prices at a record high in India, 86 is just too much for the Aam Aadmi to stay silent. The Modi government blames the global crude oil prices. Will states step forward and reduce taxes? Across India, the country is suffering a fuel price shock. How much is too much for the government to intervene? Imran kicks up a storm to fight Trump. A broke Pakistan fights for 300 million. The Congress defense is beyond shocking, endorses Maoist attacks forces in their mouthpiece, the National Herald. And the Congress offers ISIS-type defense for Maoists, says jobless youth are picking up arms against the state. 86 rupees, and not just 86 rupees, but 86 rupees and 56 paise. Ladies and gentlemen, that is how much, as of now in Mumbai, the common man is forced to shell out for 1 litre petrol. This is India's financial capital. At this rate, most cities in India will in a few days be paying as much as Mumbai. Are you ready to? In the last 30 days, fuel prices have increased by 2 rupees. The government tells us, sorry, we can't do anything, this is not in our control. State governments which can act and cut taxes look the other way, say, we won't step forward. But we refuse to buy that argument tonight, and the only option now is to put an incredible amount of pressure on the government. Because this is the time for the government to intervene, to absorb the fuel shock. Let's debate.
On the debate tonight, petrol prices at all-time high. Fuel prices on the rise for the 9th consecutive day. From Delhi to Mumbai, there's uncertainty for the Aam Aadmi over fears of another hike.
माइलेज भी कम है, कार की आती है, डे बाय डे पॉकेट में तो पिंच करता ही है।
भाव बढ़ने से बहुत परेशानी हो रही है, बहुत खर्चा आ रहा है। ये गवर्नमेंट भाव नहीं घटा रही है।
The centre is citing external factors on the back of a rising rupee and a high global crude oil prices.
दुनिया की सारे करेंसी हल्के पड़ने के कारण, टूटने के कारण भारतीय करेंसी का ऊपर भी इम्पैक्ट आया है। ये सामयिक है, ये टेम्पररी है।
States are putting onus on the government, almost ruling out any changes in the tax structure.
लगातार लोगों से आ रही शिकायतों के बाद महाराष्ट्र सरकार ने अहम कदम उठाने का फैसला किया है। रिपब्लिक टीवी से बातचीत करते हुए महाराष्ट्र सरकार ने साफ तौर पे कहा है कि आगामी जीएसटी काउंसिल की मीटिंग में वो इस मुद्दे को उठाएंगे।
The Gujarat government has refused to take any responsibility for the hike of the fuel prices, and they have said that this is a quote-unquote wait-and-watch game. They have also said that this is because of the international market and there is nothing that they can do as of now.
Value of the rupee versus the dollar, too much. Value of crude oil prices, too much. And value of petrol in Mumbai at 86 rupees, just too much. In Delhi it's 79 rupees, Kolkata 82 rupees. In Mumbai the highest ever in India, 86.56 rupees, and in Chennai 82.24. As we speak, state governments are trying to contact each other and find out how they can all come together and perhaps put their case before the GST Council to see if at least a uniform tax will lessen the woes for the Aam Aadmi.
Fact is, the states can act.
As the nation faces a massive fuel price hike, what can the government really do? Isn't this time that the government should really intervene? We have some suggestions for the government. What can the government do? They can reduce the excise duty on the fuel, and secondly, also the forex reserves on subsidized fuel as well. The government can also bring fuel prices under the GST. The government can also immediately tell the states that they can impose VAT on base price and impose VAT excluding the centre's tax.
Petrol at 86 rupees a litre is a first. It's time the government intervenes for the Aam Aadmi. Let's debate.
On the government side, Kanchan Gupta, Vaibhav Aggarwal, I presume Anand Ranganathan and Nalin Kohli. Against the government today, in a stronger position on the debate, ready to pin the government down, and they should. They should pin the government down. Is Danish Ali, Faizan Kidwai, Dinakar Lanka of the TDP, Sanjay Tattare of the NCP, so the whole Mahagathbandhan is on the program today. JDS, SP, TDP, NCP, and Aarti Jairath. Welcome. Here's an opportunity, but I don't mean it lightly. The fact is, I know all of Nalin Kohli's excuses tonight. First, he will say global crude prices. Then he will say we need to look at a long-term solution. Then he will say we need a political consensus in all the states. Then he will say to bring it within the GST, we have to discuss in the GST Council and then get an agreement on it. Then he will say, give us some time. Then he will say, we have inherited a bad financial situation from the UPA government.
Factual.
Right? So these are the sum total of 80% of the Nalin Kohli's arguments. Now the fact is, this sum total of arguments that you're presenting will not be accepted by the people of India. Now debate. Now debate Nalin Kohli, and there are 4 or 5 voices. I'm also one of the voices against you tonight. Now debate. Don't fool us anymore. Tell us when you are going to cut the prices.
Thank you, Mr.
When are you going to cut the prices? Hashtag viewers, 86 too much. I'll read some of your tweets.
Goswami.
Yes.
Just one argument, Mr. Goswami, you forgot. That in the excise pool that the central government that it taxes on petroleum products, 42% of that total goes back to the states, and the states impose VAT, which is ad valorem, which means every time there's a price hike, they gain further. So therefore, to leave the other points out about the reasons,
wonderful,
the
wonderful,
solution is clearly
wonderful,
getting it into
wonderful,
the GST.
wonderful,
The
wonderful.
states need to do their
I
bit.
want to
They
ask you a
can't
simple
lob it to
counter
us.
question. Simple counter question. The nation wants to know tonight, how many states does the BJP rule in?
Well, the 6 that the BJP doesn't rule on your program, so easier to ask the 6.
So 21 states are ruled by you and you're blaming. This is the first time, you see, Nalin, you are essentially blaming yourself. So you got caught in the first part of the debate itself. You run 21 states, you want a political consensus, open debate. Who wants to take on Nalin Kohli at the start? From the other side, Nalin Kohli has run out of excuses.
It's not about
right within 2 minutes of the debate
on
today.
the GST Council.
Within 2 minutes of the debate, you run out of
everyone to be there on board.
No.
So we will see what the others have to say.
The people of India will walk in protest. The people of India will walk in protest if you don't act now. Open debate. Who wants to start? Who's taking on Nalin Kohli at the start?
I just
okay,
want
Faizan
to ask
has.
Mr.
Thank you, Faizan Kidwe. Faizan Kidwe of Samajwadi Party, please.
So when the price of crude oil is constantly falling in the international market, it is down by 73%. You people, ever since you came to power, since 2014, you have been increasing the price of the fuel. Sir, let me complete my point, sir. You have been constantly increasing the price of petroleum by 108%. Sir, let me make my point. No, it is not incorrect. The price of crude oil is down in the international market.
No, sir, you're wrong there.
And sir,
on that you're wrong, Faizan. You're wrong. You're wrong on that, Faizan. You can't be factually incorrect. You're destroying a good argument there by saying that Vaibhav is in protest on that. No. Vaibhav is coming in on that. You're wrong. You have a good point, bad example. You messed it up right at the start.
In 2012,
the price of crude oil is
listen to me. In 2012, UPA increased 8 rupees per litre in just 1 year.
Vaibhav, listen to me.
But in 2014 to 2018, when we inherited it at 71 rupees and 57 paisa, we've only increased 7 rupees. So don't compare that. Now you need to look at it in terms of us doubling the infrastructure spend, in terms of us making 15 kilometers road per day. Instead of making 15 kilometers, we've made 45 kilometers.
One of you, please. One of you. Vaibhav.
We also help all our states who need money in terms of the revenue gap arrangement that we have with the center.
No.
It's a very sad situation that if you want to do politics of economy, you need to know your subject well. This is not a political subject.
The rupee is constantly falling in the international market.
Economic politics, you want to be well prepared.
You're wrong, so I'll stop you there. No. Faizan is wrong. Faizan is wrong. Faizan is wrong. Sanjay will come in. You see, no, 1 minute. Vaibhav, you also relax. Vaibhav, you relax. Vaibhav, you all remember one thing, Vaibhav, today. Vaibhav, stop, yeah? Vaibhav, why don't you stop? Why you talk non-stop like this? See, I had to chastise you for you to stop. I'll have to shout like this to you for you to bring the fuel prices down. Please understand, just because Faizan messed up at the start on crude prices doesn't mean you got a competitive advantage on the debate. You're on the back foot, be humble, you're seriously on the back foot. Look at Kanchan and Anand Ranganathan today. They know they are on the back foot, so they are seeking an opportunity to come in and ask questions on the other side. They are maintaining a strategic silence on the subject. Why are they maintaining a silence on the subject is something I want to ask Aarti, who's beaming today. I've never seen Aarti so happy. The problem with the opposition nowadays is that whenever things are going bad, they are very happy. When things are going good, they're unhappy. If you tell them 8.2% growth, they're unhappy.
I'm so happy.
They're very happy when fuel prices come down.
As you today.
Please.
Arnab, I'm so happy to be on the same side as you today.
So am I.
It's a wonderful feeling that we're both on the same side today.
Yeah, I don't know if it will last.
The common man.
I don't know if it will last, but carry on.
All these, that may be.
Carry on.
Today we are on the same side with speaking on behalf of the Aam Aadmi.
True.
We need, I don't buy this Vaibhav's argument, that he tried to sell. The fact is that if this government had any compassion, any feeling at all for the middle classes and for the poor, it would step in immediately and do something about cutting down excise and taxes so that petrol prices can come down.
True.
And do not put the onus on the states.
About doing
the
something.
center can do it itself. You don't have to depend on the states. I'm sorry,
Aarti, this whole thing about doing something is...
Yeah,
people need to get some relief. Nobody is arguing about that. But, when you say government needs to do something,
absolutely.
What is that something? Now, what is that something? Because state governments need revenue.
Cut the excise.
This is the best way to raise revenue.
Your own MP, Subramaniam Swami, your own MP, Subramaniam Swami, has said that prices should come down to 48 rupees. This is your own BJP MP who is saying, your own BJP MP is saying price should be 48 rupees.
If talking rubbish, doesn't mean that you repeat it.
He's your own MP.
Please listen to what I'm saying.
He's your own MP and he's
for
an economist.
every rupee the center gets.
And he says the price should be 48
for every rupee the center gets, Aarti, I can only repeat it these many number of times. For every rupee the center gets, less than 60 paise devolves on the center. The road that you use to drive your very expensive car comes from that 60 paisa. The highway that you use comes from that 60 paisa.
Oh, Sanjay Tattare takes on Kanchan. Sanjay
comes from that 60
Sanjay
paisa. Now, you are not willing to look at it. Now,
this argument of very expensive cars and roads is a lopsided argument. We are talking about common man and his needs. Arnab, let me come in now.
We do not understand the implication of when Donald Trump imposes sanctions on Iran. What are the
Kanchan
implications of that?
Kanchan Gupta, may I intervene? May I intervene for a minute? May I intervene for a minute? No. Aarti is very upset. 1 second, Aarti, wait a minute. Kanchan Gupta, you are sounding today like a curious mix of Marie Antoinette meets P. Chidambaram. That's the whole attitude. If people don't have bread, let them eat cake. And also, Kanchan Gupta, with respect, I respect you. You are a senior. I respect you. But P. Chidambaram, when he turned into Marie Antoinette, remember, said in 2012, when it cost them the damn election, he said, this middle class, which dares to have mineral water and ice cream, they can't tolerate a little increase in the price of wheat and rice. This is exactly what Chidambaram said in 2012. I don't need to tell you what people felt like. Now you are saying you people who drive cars are complaining about the price of diesel and petrol? Oh, for God's sake, Kanchan Gupta! God's sake, Kanchan Gupta, let me tell you this. Who do you think? I'm sorry, Kanchan Gupta, I must complete my sentence vis-a-vis you. I must give it back to you. Kanchan Gupta, do you think, one minute, Danish Ali, Danish, I can't compete with you in the strength of your voice. Let me make my point to Kanchan Gupta, because once you speak, I can't compete. I have given up. My point to Kanchan Gupta is, Kanchan Gupta, who do you think will complain about the price of diesel and fuel? Someone who goes in a hot air balloon. Obviously, someone driving a car will. You have just insulted the people, middle classes of India with that statement of yours. I think you should apologize for it. I think you should genuinely apologize for it because reactions are already coming in.
No, I won't.
Yes, you should.
I belong to the middle classes.
Yes, you should.
And I'm mindful of the fact that if I am driving my car, I'm driving it on a road. Somebody has to pay for the road.
No. What do you mean? The money with the government is my money. See, Anand is quiet today. Anand is also quiet because he has conceded defeat on the program. See, Anand, the money the government has in its foreign exchange reserves is not the government's money. It is my money.
So what will the government do? Blow it up?
No. They have 28,097.6 billion in their forex reserves as of 24th August. Take some of that money and help me. Don't look the other way. You give me no relief.
Help you over what?
This, help me cut the fuel prices.
I'd like to come in here, please.
You ask people, Anand, how many people can afford 86
Arnab,
rupees?
You see the thing.
At 86 rupees, you wouldn't be driving. At every time, you wouldn't be driving at 86 rupees. It's criminal. It's not even funny. We're just being funny about it on the program. Yes, Anand, please go ahead. I don't think you have much of an argument tonight, but do try. And after that, I'll unleash Danish on you.
So,
yeah.
All right. Now, you know, I stand with truth and facts. So I don't stand with the government. It may be because from time to time I stand with truth and facts and science. The government may stand with me. So I don't know what gave you the impression that I'm going to be soft with the government. I'm going to blast the government 10 times more than you tonight, right? So you've been very kind to me previously by giving me 30 seconds. I request you to give me 86 seconds tonight.
Yeah. No one's on Nalin's
Now, let
side
me
tonight.
explain, start off with the facts first of all. All right, so just the facts here, Arnab. Now, the UPA under Manmohan Singh did a fantastic thing by deregulating petrol prices in 2010. In fact, at that point of time, Manmohan Singh said, "Paise ped pe nahi ukte hain," when he increased the diesel prices. The NDA government deregulated the diesel prices in 2017, right? And they also introduced dynamic pricing. Now, you know, last year, the Indian basket of crude was $46. As of last month, it is nearing $80. Now, that's different. So you can say, yes, the economy, a modern economy, should be linked to free market. Should be so as and when the petrol prices, you know, they should be dependent upon what is the price of a barrel of crude. So that's fine. The point comes here is that this government has been devious in leeching that money. Now, let me give you some facts, right? Just the facts. This government of Mr. Narendra Modi has increased the taxes on petrol by 105%. On diesel, it has increased the taxes by 330%.
Yeah.
The center is bleeding the petroleum sector dry because it wants tax. Now, just bear one more fact, right? In 2013, the government earned 77,000 crores as excise, right? The share percentage of GDP was 0.7%. As of today, the government is earning 2.4 lakh crores from petroleum sector alone. The share in GDP is 1.6%. Now, it's fine. They want to bleed the middle classes because they're saying, as Kanchanda is saying, you want to make roads, you want to do whatever. So you're getting all this 2.4, 2.5 lakh crore
Nalin,
rupees.
you're losing the debate badly
I won't
today.
call it Aam Aadmi, I would call it middle class or nano class, right? But let me just finish. Let me just take 10 more seconds. The point is, if this money was being used properly, I really wouldn't mind. But this money is being used for Air India, for propping up banks, public sector banks. When the Prime Minister says the government has no business to be in business, that is the election promise, all this money is going waste in propping up these sick public sector units. So I don't trust the government. The government is playing a devious game. At the same time, Arnab, you must realize
Kanchan, you lost the debate. Nalin, you lost the debate.
Regulated capitalist,
920 you've given us. You should.
So the government...
You should. It is good that the more than that. More than that. What causes me grief today?
Serious objections.
No. Serious objections apart, Nalin. The fact of the matter is you just want to squeeze the middle classes. You want to squeeze the middle classes.
Industry
loves you, but middle classes have a problem now.
It's going to rain. from the sky.
Mr. Anand makes some scandalous points and assumptions.
All these
he first goes ahead to build it on facts.
They are going to be used.
Well, I mean, let him finish first. I don't like to interrupt anyone.
During Karnataka elections, you did not do anything to the petroleum prices for 2 weeks because of Karnataka elections? Don't say that you've deregulated the petroleum and diesel prices. You are regulating it. Do you know the price to the dealer is 29 rupees? You're now paying 86 rupees a litre? That 50 rupees.
My point
petroleum and diesel doesn't come under GST. So this is the game they are playing. At the same time, Arnab, please remember.
Anand, there is. You see,
because as I said, he's making a few comments that need to be responded to.
Sure, he will respond.
I will have my.
Sure, he will respond to you. But one by one, no, I will not.
Let's go
one second. One by one. No, one by one. One by one. No, I will. No, Nalin,
I must at least finish. He's almost.
No, Nalin. Yes, he's okay. Okay, Anand. Now you take a break for a minute. Okay, Anand, you take a break for a minute. But Nalin Kohli, you may be a very successful lawyer, but have you forgotten that you once were an Aam Aadmi? Your government is just squeezing the Aam Aadmi.
I still am.
The same people who voted you in, I don't know what perverse pleasure you get by just making life difficult for the people, or you don't see the pain of the people. You constantly do it. I'll tell you, Nalin, I take off from where Anand left, and I'm on the debate tonight. Let Anand also be there, but I'll take it forward with you. You increased, RBI raised its policy rates by 25 basis points. Home loan interest rates increase. The common man doesn't deserve this much sympathy from you. Then LPG prices went up 3 times in 3 months. You know, the price of LPG went up. Don't the people deserve any relief? And then there have been increase in benchmark lending rates. So home loans, auto loans are also more expensive. If you look at the sum total of what you're doing, there is an incredible amount of pressure you are putting on the middle class at a time when unemployment figures are also increasing. Train fares are increasing. So you may say this is good economics. But for whom? Who are you doing economics for? Industry? Industrialists are very happy with you.
May I? Not at all.
Oh, yes, they are.
I'll give you an answer.
Oh, yes. Today there was a survey which said they are.
Mr. Goswami, if you look at repeatedly, today they said in that survey with regard to 8.2% of the GDP.
Arnab, let me come in.
But may I now answer? May I now answer? May I at least answer?
No, Danish will come in with you now. Danish and Nalin.
So let me finish my point. Danish can come later because once Danish starts, there is no debate. It's a one-way street then. Danish Saab, you'll have to let me finish my argument, then I'll hear you patiently. Let's go one by one. Mr. Goswami.
Sir, I have not opened my mouth from last 25 minutes and all of you are blaming me, including the anchor.
I know, sir. I'm not blaming you, sir. Not at all, Danish Saab. Please permit it as a light-hearted comment with no offense to you personally, sir. So therefore, what I was saying is, Mr. Goswami, Anand makes first a point based on complete facts in terms of figures. And then he says, this whole money is going for Air India. Where are the 5 crore LPGs that have gone to poor? Or the 12 crore people who have taken loans
on the debate?
3.6 lakh crores? What about the farmers where you've got 5.3% growth in agriculture? Rural development. What about highways that are built at 25 kilometers per day, which were 4? Has Anand gone outside the country and picked up a newspaper and come at these figures? The money of Government of India is spent responsibly. Air India, there was a complete disinvestment attempt. Nobody came. Let Mr. Anand apply for it.
Did your Prime Minister... Did your Prime Minister say or did he not say that the government has no business to be in business?
What do you mean your Prime Minister?
How many sick public sector units are you supporting?
Your Prime Minister too, or you have no business sitting on this show?
Of course, my Prime Minister. Now don't go on semantics, Mr. Kohli. Please do not go on answer the question. Answer the question. How much of our taxpayers' money, part of which comes from the petroleum sector, where you have increased the GDP share from 0.7 to 1.6%? It is unprecedented. Even UPA didn't do it. You have done it. You are leaching the petroleum sector dry.
But you have helped digress this debate,
I'm sorry, your argument does not hold.
Digress this debate.
Your argument does not hold because of simple facts I have put in front of you.
Sir, I'm not asking for a certificate.
You are
Anand, I want Danish and Sanjay Tattare to come in. I remind you, Nalin Kohli, to your pain and consternation and anger tonight, you will be upset with me. But let me tell you, do you know what you called this when you were in the opposition? Danish will remember.
I'm not upset.
You said, you will hear tonight, Nalin. It is a bad evening for you tonight. Listen to me. You know what you said. You know what you said, and Danish will remember, Sanjay will remember. In 2013, don't heckle me. In 2013, you said, the government is looting people.
Sir,
and you said, the BJP said, Prakash Javadekar, call him right now and ask him and tell him, any government which blames global factors is looting people. This is jizya tax. You had called this jizya tax in the context of oil prices. What is this tax which you are doing? Did you not call this jizya tax? If that was jizya tax, Nalin Kohli, you tell Danish Ali what tax this is. Tell the people watching the program, what is this tax? What are we paying? Jizya tax, non-jizya tax, what tax? Danish is on the debate. Danish.
To get a good and simple tax.
Good and simple tax.
Arnab,
don't compare apples and oranges.
Really, GDP is growing.
If the UPA government was taxing, that money was not going into
doubt. Let you have a one-sided.
All right, please continue debating, Danish. Please don't try to be a martyr. Go on. Okay.
No, see, GDP is growing. GDP is growing, no doubt.
You're saying this is for development?
Gas, diesel, petroleum prices are growing.
Shut down all the sick public.
Gas, diesel, petrol price is going high. GDP is going high, no doubt.
The dealer price is 39.21 rupees as of yesterday. Excise duty is 19.48.
सर देश की जनता जानना चाहती है हमारे बुरे दिन वापस ला दो ये अच्छे दिन आपको मुबारक
you don't have a local standard to even talk about it. I'll tell you where the money is going. We've all heard Anand for quite some time.
ये बुरे दिन वापस लौटा दो.
You want to give subsidy. You want to give subsidy
you tax us.
to the farmers by increasing fuel price.
Spend the money wisely.
Increase the GDP of the state of Karnataka.
Spend the money wisely.
I don't blame you because it's at the hands of the Congress. You're just a mere puppet. But don't say about fuel prices hike. Now let me rebuttal.
Don't misguide. We have bailed out the farmers who are committing suicide. And you have looted this. You have allowed this loot by Mehul Choksi and Nirav Modi, your friends. The friends who funds the campaign of the BJP. They have been strengthened. Their children have come. The middle class has been ruined. The farmers are committing suicide. You don't know that. Do you know what I said?
So Nalin Kohli, for those watching tonight, Dinakar Lanka will now join the debate. Dinakar Lanka and Sanjay Tattare. What I am hearing, Mr. Sanjay Tattare first and then Dinakar Lanka, I am hearing the BJP say we will not do anything. Nalin Kohli is basically saying, "Hum kuch nahi karne wale." Go, complain, 86 will become 96. It could reach 100. We will not do anything. Nalin, I am hearing this loud and clear from you. I don't know how you can be so cruel. I don't know since when you became so heartless. And I really don't know. You have no argument today. Do you realize this thing?
No.
Yeah, Sanjay wants to go in? Okay, Sanjay, go in. Nalin, you've lost the debate today within the first half hour.
Yeah.
Go on.
Arnab.
Sanjay Tattare first. Sanjay first. Dinakar after Sanjay.
This is a very incompetent government we have seen.
On the debate to still
this is a very insensitive and incompetent government.
20 seconds.
Secondly, we were talking about UPA and Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. I just recollected what he said in Rajya Sabha during the discussion on demonetization. This is nothing but organize loot and legalize plunder. This is what we are experiencing today.
Dinakar Lanka. Nalin, I can see you are spellbound by what the opposition is saying. Dinakar Lanka.
Arnab,
you are spellbound today, Nalin.
Arnab,
Dinakar Lanka.
I'm not interrupting. By means of collection of taxes from by means of excess duty on diesel and petrol, this central government is laying roads like that. These people are telling who are paying toll duty. Who are paying? What about the road taxes which are paying by the consumer? These are all part and parcel. Apart from that, if you see that growth rate can be window dressed, they can window dress demonetration figures, but as far as fuel prices are concerned, it cannot be window dressed because all those amounts which come out of the pocket of the consumer, it is known fact. That's why these people, whatever the taxes which rise in excise duty by means of excise duty, that was 9.48 per litre before this NDA government came into force. They raised it to 21.48 rupees per litre and reduced 2 rupees per litre. Net figure is 19.48.
With due respect to your voice,
let me speak.
I have a better throat on this,
money?
But please don't do economics on numbers here. Let's talk where the money is coming in and where the money is going. If you can do a rationale there, we will be more than happy collectively to address your concerns. But I think I get very disappointed when we all want to become
Faizan.
and we do not understand.
Faizan is also on the debate views. 1 second.
I really feel bad about that.
Faizan,
you know,
Faizan, Vaibhav back off. Vaibhav back off.
Due to the 6 years of telephone banking,
which reduced by means of oil prices decline at international prices. What is done with these 14 lakh crores which lied as reserves in the government of India pocket?
Nalin, I'm getting a few phone calls. People are telling us to open their lines to speak to you. I don't know if you understand it. The undercurrent is strongly against you, and not on this one. I'm telling you, the sense I'm getting is that you don't care for the middle classes of this country. You must remember the BJP came to power on the back of serious support of the salaried tax-paying middle class of this country. Now you need to intervene now. You tell me right here, right now, whether you are in a position to say that you will intervene or whether you're going to say that you're going to not intervene. But don't try and squirm out of this debate without having taken a position on this fact. And I want to tell you, how cruel are you going to be? Just because people like Kanchan Gupta will stand by you no matter what?
Mr. Goswami,
no matter what?
What is this?
No, tomorrow, no matter what, Kanchan Gupta will stand by you.
Honestly, you make me sound
like... No, I want to tell you. No, Nalin Kohli, I'll tell you one thing. As per an RTI reply, we are exporting refined petrol to 15 countries and refined diesel to 29 countries at half the price that Indians are made to pay in our country. So, we are helping people in Hong Kong, Malaysia, Mauritius, Singapore and UAE gain from our refined fuel. We are giving them fuel at half the rate. Half the rate that you buy petrol in Mumbai, we are giving refined fuel to Dubai. Somebody in Dubai is using Indian fuel. Somebody in Malaysia, in Singapore, in Hong Kong is using Indian fuel at half the rate that you are giving someone in Mumbai. What problem do you have with the Indian consumer?
Arnab,
and Anand is back on the debate. Please, Anand and Kanchan, do something. This kind of, you can't be blind. You can't be blind, Anand and Kanchan.
Imprudent financial...
Mr. Goswami, first of all, obviously, when you are exporting fuel or any item, you can't put local taxes.
Anand,
give me 10 seconds. Mr. Nalin Kohli has triggered me.
So you will send it
I need to ask him just one question. Mr. Kohli, please, I plead with you. Mr. Kohli, I plead with you. Give me 20 seconds. I'll ask you a question, right? At please, 20 seconds, right? Now, you would agree with me that the GDP year on year, ever since the Modi government came on, has increased. You would agree? Yes or no? Yes, correct? So the GDP has increased. Now I challenge you. You answer this question, and if you're able to name me the sector, I will never eat Mysore Pak again. Now, from 2014 to 2018, the percentage share of GDP from the petroleum sector has increased from 0.6 to 1.6. You name me one sector, sir, where it has more than doubled, and I'll walk out right now. I challenge you, because you triggered me. You name one sector other than petroleum sector.
Well, I mean,
name
if I can just quote you the latest figures. No, what challenge? I'll give you a figure right now, Mr. Anand. You tell me if you just take out the latest data of 8.2% for this quarter in the last
sector. You name me one sector.
Did I interrupt you, sir? You are not willing to listen.
The government is leeching the petroleum sector.
Sir. You want to ask a question with a follow-up question, then with a view, and then with a further statement to qualify the view. So then don't ask a question if you wish to make a speech, sir. Finish your speech and then ask me what is the question in that speech.
The government has increased its share in the GDP by more than twice. I'm asking you the name of sector
also joining
other than the petroleum sector, where it has done similarly.
No, so I mean, therefore, this is just a viewpoint. I was going to answer
It's a simple question,
now,
sir.
And let me just throw back to you what you have said. Everything you repeat twice, sir, I'm not deaf. I've understood the question. So therefore, I was telling you that 8.2%, which was the latest figures which came out for this quarter, compare it with last year's manufacturing, it was 1.8 up to 13.3%. Or if I take up agriculture, which was 2 and it has gone up to 5.3.
So with a low base of 5.1% year on year.
Sir, I know what you're talking. You are not listening.
Please,
you are so lost, sir, in your thoughts that you are looking for a hole in my argument.
Aarti.
Numbers, you are not listening. Sir, I can't debate with a person who's so consumed with his numbers, building an argument, building a view, then you go on to have a counter view, not listening to a reason. So I can't debate like this with him. He's lost in his numbers and he's looking for an answer from his own numbers. So answer yourself. I don't need a certificate.
Tell me something.
Other than the petroleum sector.
You never asked the question, RTG. RTG, you never asked the question. The man who asked me the question wants statistics. You don't want statistics. I find that funny. I find it funny, RTG. The man who asked me questions is statistics and asking me for statistics.
What are you going to do about it?
The two of you are playing Dr. Jekyll and Mr.
Hyde. What are you going to do about the prices of my daily necessities? If you go on increasing the price of fuel, the price of my daily necessities is going to go up. Everybody knows that. Surely none of you
You are not Aam Aadmi, but happy to see you talking about Aam Aadmi. Why don't you ask the Aam Aadmi Party government in Delhi to reduce VAT on petrol and diesel?
You have no idea what's
Why
going
don't
on
you demand that why don't you demand the government of Delhi should reduce VAT on petrol and diesel? Just now we had somebody
passing on
from TDP talking about
Danish and Kanchan.
Andhra Pradesh has the highest VAT
and he has failed in Chowkidari. Now he has failed in as a Aam Aadmi.
Sir, what is
people of this country elected Mr. Narendra Modi to be as a Aam Aadmi.
Sir, please mention.
And he has failed in giving the Chowkidari. He has allowed the loot. He has allowed Nirav Modi and Mehul Choksi to run away from this country.
What is Karnataka's VAT on petrol and diesel?
The petrol and
what
diesel
is Karnataka's VAT on petrol and diesel?
Danish Ali, that मैं देश के लिए अच्छा हूँ, मैं देश के लिए अच्छा साबित हो रहा हूँ तो इसमें कांग्रेस को दर्द हो रहा है.
Danish, I want Danish to speak. Danish should be given an opportunity to speak. Kanchan, 1 minute. Kanchan, 1 minute. My question to Danish. Danish Ali, Mr. Danish Ali, Kanchan, 1 minute. Only I can control him. Only I can control him. Only I can control Danish Ali. He only listens to me. Danish Ali. Listen to me.
Please ask.
No, 1 second, yaar. Kanchan, I know what to ask. Kanchan, listen. I know what to ask. You are not on another channel. You know, sometimes I think you mistake this for another channel which used to have Hafiz Saeed's favorite journalist. Listen, my question to Danish Ali is, Danish Ali, you are basically saying that any politician, please try and understand what Danish Ali is saying. He's saying that any politician, which at a time when the Aam Aadmi is already suffering under prices, further goes and increases tax on petrol and diesel, is an insensitive politician. That is the basic point he's making. No, 1 second. Kanchan Gupta. Kanchan Gupta, please. Danish Danish Ali, is that... No, 1 second. Don't say no. You don't misinterpret him, please, Danish Ali. Let Danish Ali speak for himself. Kanchan, today you're having a bad time. Isn't that the basic point you are saying, Danish Ali? Yes or no? Isn't that your basic point? Have I understood your point correctly? It's about sensitivity. That when prices are already high,
Arnab,
to go and increase the prices again is insensitive.
Arnab,
Yes or no, sir? Yes or no?
Arnab, I just
yes
want
no,
to refresh your memory.
Danish Ali, yes or no?
When Mr. Honorable Shri Narendra Modi ji took
yes
over as
no?
a Prime Minister, when petrol, diesel prices were coming down, he said, मेरी किस्मत देश के लिए अच्छी है. देशवासियों के लिए अच्छा साबित हो रहा
है. आप इतना अच्छा डिबेट कर रहे हैं. दनिश आप इतना अच्छा डिबेट कर रहे हैं.
क्या देश के लिए वो गलत साबित हो रहे हैं?
इतने जोश.
क्या देश के लिए?
देखिए दनिश अली.
लेकिन हमें अच्छा लगता अगर मोदी जी बीजेपी किसानों का सारा कर्जा माफ करके पेट्रोल डीजल के दाम 1 रुपया बढ़ा देती तो कोई फिक्र नहीं था.
All right, Danish, I'm asking you a question. Danish, listen.
Danish, loan in this country. And increase 1 rupee. Okay.
Danish,
but he is allowed the loot by his friends like Mehul Choksi and Nirav Modi.
Very good.
And the petrol price has come to 86 rupees.
Now my question is, Danish, am I allowed to ask you questions? Or since you've come to power, have you become like Kapil Sibal? You don't take questions. Listen to me, Danish Ali, relax. My question to you is that you are basically saying that when anyone, Danish,
the common man will be happy.
Thank you. Then can I ask you one question? Can I ask you?
The common man will be happy.
Thank you.
He will buy increasing 1 rupee on petrol.
Oh my God, you don't stop. Now, Danish, thank you. You see, I just want to ask you one small question and don't shout. See how I'm talking, normal voice. Danish, can you tell me why one of the first steps of your chief minister was to immediately majorly increase the sales tax on petrol in Karnataka and on diesel? Not by 0.25 or 0.5%.
He has waived.
No, why did he? In the budget, don't lie. In the budget, did he? In the budget, did he? Don't lie. Do not lie. Do not lie. Ask Kanchan Gupta whether I'm correct. Did he increase the sales tax on petrol and diesel? Why did he? Why did he? Tell me. Why did he?
I am telling you.
Why did he?
That is what I am telling you.
Why? Ask anyone in Bangalore.
Throughout the country.
Rubbish. What is your VAT?
The common man will tolerate it.
Tell us what is the VAT in Karnataka. Oh, you raise it, it is fine. Why is it fine?
Answer him. Kanchan Gupta.
Are you charging on VAT?
We have waived off the farmer's loan.
Impose it on petrol and
we have waived off the farmer's loan. And you have allowed Mehul Choksi and Nirav Modi to loot.
What farmer's loan? You have not written.
That is the difference between you and me.
If they loot,
Modi, where have they come from in this in petrol prices?
Null and Kohli.
No, for everything you want to digress. When it's embarrassing for you, you want to digress. Bring everything from Jaunpur की मूली to ब्रह्मांड के रहस्य. चीज के ऊपर में डिबेट करेंगे. आपसे सवाल पूछा गया, मैं तो जवाब दे रहा था. आप बताइए आपने रेट क्यों बनाया? और जब गरीबों की बात करते तो मोदी जी की सरकार गरीबों की काम नहीं कर रही है क्या? 12 करोड़ लोगों को मुद्रा में लोन मिला. 5 करोड़ बहनों को एलपीजी मिली है. किसानों के लिए बजट सड़कें बन रही है 25 किलोमीटर प्रतिदिन पे.
Nalin Saab, first of all, VAT, Kanchanda was saying the VAT is very high in other states. I just want to remind Kanchanda that, sir, the VAT is highest in Maharashtra, that is ruled by BJP, 38.76%. So why don't you reduce the VAT? And apart from this, the argument which your government gives, when we speak about the high fuel prices, you say you are utilizing the excess fuel, the revenue generated from the sales of petroleum products on creating infrastructure, which is totally wrong. You are lying. Budget data shows center's capital expenditure growth, sir, was only 4.6%.
Anand is also on the debate. Anand
and
4.6%. So now would you please explain to us where is the taxpayers' money going?
What about
the taxpayers' money going? And one of the reasons
Mr. Lalit Kohli is silent. I'm surprised by silence.
Is that politicians
I'm shocked by silence.
What about
dividing and citing negatives? But I would like to ask that out of every tax collection that the center has,
Mr. Kohli, please answer a very simple question. Just name a sector. Just name one sector where you have increased the tax ratio by more than double.
Anandji, if there is a 60-40 ratio between the center and the state in terms of distribution of taxes, can I ask you just this much, that why, when every time the fuel prices increase, why the state VAT increases? Why doesn't the state decreases the VAT in the same ratio that the center and state sharing is there? The 60-40. Why? Because I'll tell you why. Andhra Pradesh ministers went on record in saying that fuel prices and alcohol prices cannot be reduced.
That's a very specious argument for the simple reason.
For us to give subsidies to the farmers.
For the simple reason that we are a federal state. We are a federal democracy.
You know, so this is the politics of economy.
You're asking the states to reduce their taxes and you're increasing the taxes. That's unfair.
You know, viewers, at the end of this debate, listening on very carefully, you will come to one clear conclusion. The center does not intend to do anything. The states will not do anything. What alternative do you have in the process? The only alternative is for you to up the ante, to put the pressure, to use every single platform to put pressure on the government to absorb the fuel shock on our behalf. Then we'll see whether in one day or two, Dharmendra Pradhan does not take a decision. Time to put the pressure. I'll join you on the other side. We have a big Indo-Pak debate in a few minutes and debate number 2 on the absurdities written in the National Herald. See you in a few minutes.